Generic greetings. In the past, I have been accused of calling an engine or a locomotive a train, which I accept is incorrect and criticisms understood and fair point well made, etc. However, that brought me onto another train of thought. And the first part of that is I should never make puns like that ever again. And the second one was, why do I make these videos? And I came to the conclusion I must just really relish in a hurt, turmoil and strife. However, it also got me thinking about another challenge. In the past, regardless of what challenge we've done, we've always been free to build up the train how we like it. So one engine and whatever number of cars. However, what if we set a limit on that, either max or min? And I thought, would it be possible and indeed financially viable to have a train that is a 1-to-1 engine to car ratio? So one locomotive and one car. Well, we're going to find out. Let's go single player, and we're going to go for Southwest USA because why not? This is the one selected here, and we've got standard year 1850 up to 1950, all of this default options for routing and difficulty level, and no randomization of the landscape. So let's load that in. By the way, today's beverage is a nice cup of coffee, black, no sugar, naturally. So we can see we are in Los Angeles, where the dude abides, and we have a look around. We can see 2 hours south, San Diego, with Jim Fisk in there. We also have, if we go oop north, I'm not seeing anything there, actually. We'll have a little rummage around, we'll see what we can find. Las Vegas, nobody is there. I mean, there's probably some people in there, you understand, just no railroad company yet. Oh, Bullhead City, we do have someone there as well. Good start, Bullhead City, because even though it's not a city, because it doesn't have passengers in the game, it does have some decent industry, which in this case, it is turning grain into food, and also beef into food as well. So we're going to have a look around. Flagstaff, nothing there. We've got Phoenix, again, no railroad there, and that's us. So where is the last person? Oh, it's apparently in Eloy, and that is J. Pierpoint Morgan. So if we're doing a 1-to-1 ratio, we have to see what sort of thing we could do. So from San Diego, which is, oh, actually that's Jim Fisk's, my mistake. From Los Angeles, we can see that to the left, to our northwest, we have Cornmeal Company, which is good because we can process that. So that's our first port of call. So we're going to unpause it, and we're going to run the run the track along here, the train track to there, and then, I didn't want it to build that just at that point, but I guess we'll accept that. And then from there, we will probably double track it. We'll just spur it off there, and then head over to that bit. It should be a level grade, and then what we'll do is build our train. So it's going to be one engine and one carriage, and that's it. And then it goes to there and then heads back. There is no point in changing it up, like as in uncoupling the rest of the cars and do it that way. We'll just we'll just do it like this. We're going to sell some stock then, buy out the food plant, do a bit of insider trading. Even though it's not making any money now, we know that it will. Now, a general rule of thumb is you generally buy it out before you start bringing stuff to it, because then the AI doesn't figure out that you are going to be making cash. But it looks like I'm going to get away with it unless they jump in right at the last second, which doesn't look like is going to be the case. So there we are. Okay, so that's fine. So we now have food going to here. What we're going to do is extend this track along, and we want to go into here, and we're going to route around San Diego like that, just to make it really annoying for Jim Fisk to do anything, because that's a sort of railroad company that we are. We're basically trolling them now. So we're going to have a 1-to-1 from there. We're going to say one passenger, or we could do mail. I'm going to see, actually before I do that, I'll pause it a second and see what the price is for stuff. So if we look at passengers, it's 11,000 and mail is 7,000. So if we're only having 1-to-1, then we know that we want to have passengers. Now understand that it's not exclusive, this here, so we can, if we wanted to, is that building? Yes, it is. It's not exclusive, this 1-to-1 train thing. We don't have to just have one train going from one city to the other, or whatever. We can have multiples, we just can't have any more than one carriage on the back, and it doesn't look like Jim Fisk is doing anything. In fact, is the AI? Oh yeah, the AI is playing. It's just I think I've stumped this one by doing what I have. Surely they'll track around. Oh, there we go. Look, they're going into the Yuma vineyards there. That means that we can probably buy that winery out of them, because we know that that's going to start making money. And since we're not going to be making a hell of a lot of money, we think anyway, on this 1-to-1 ratio with the trains, maybe this is the way to go. Maybe it's the way to go. We don't know yet. Looks like we've just set a new speed record. I'm probably going to bid up till about 150,000. Anything more than that's probably a bit of a false economy. Looks like we have actually won that, which is quite good. I'm going to double track this to there, and then this is going to come back over to how do you pronounce that? Chappy? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go over through there, no grade, but then we're going to go there, moderate uphill. We will reduce that. I'm actually going to sell a bit more of my stock just so we can get this on the go there. And this is where we've got our gold mining company. We are going to buy out the smelter before anything else because we know that we're going to be making some money on that. Oh, looks like they've just jumped in there with a 50 grand bid. It's not Jim Fisk's though, so I thought those were going to be the ones that really annoyed me. And no, it looks like we've got that, no problem whatsoever. So we'll save from there, 1 carload, and then come back. Actually, sorry, close that. Cancel, because I didn't place a station there, and that's generally accepted to be a decent thing to do if you want to bring passengers back and forward. So there's a 1-to-1 again. You can see, obviously, they've got loads of supply, and that's to be expected there. There's also a winery here as well, so we could, if we want to, go from the top left there. There's a 260 Mogul. Nice train. We could go from this winery here because, we do have a winery there, and there's a vineyard there, so we could do that. We could just sort of spur it off. We'll probably double track it, actually. Double track it from there. That's the smallest bit of track placed ever. Right, let's try that again. So double track from there up to there. That's 30 grand for that though, which is not great. Is there something else we can do? Well, we have got gold there, and this does require gold. So we'll probably build a train there, 1 gold, and then go back and then carry it back. But this time, instead of carrying gold back, because obviously we don't need to, we're going to carry passengers back. Now, at the moment, it's going to say, yes, we don't need passengers there. You're just carrying them because you can. And that is correct. There's no reason for us to do that. However, the reason I'm doing it is simply because eventually, once you consider we're going to get this vineyard and also that, this is going to grow very, very quickly. So we've set that up for the future there. Another engine going from there and back down. Now we have a train going back and forward. That is now fine. And I will buy that winery out, but I'm currently 30 grand in debt. So it's not really acceptable to put some more things on that. Let's sell some of my stock. And what are this? They're buying a 25% passenger delivery bonus. I'm going to put a cheeky bid on it just to see if I get it, but I'm not going to bid anything over the odds. Anything over 100,000 and I'm not going to bother. There you go. You can have it then. You can have it. Don't care about that. It's yours. We have enough money to buy a bit more of my stock out, but I want to buy that winery out. You can see the revenue per year is not too bad. I've clicked buy out, but it looks like they're currently still bidding on it. Oh, yeah, there you go. See, that's 25%. I mean, currently I have 2 cars, so not worth it. Let's see if we can get the winery for cheap. Looks like nobody's jumping in just yet, but don't worry, there is time. There is time. In terms of Bishop, there's an oil well right up there. Oh, look at that. They've just put a massive bid on it, which is something I'd... Oh, right, okay, I'm getting punished now. I'm getting punished now for something. Okay, but we've got it. Local prospector hits per day. Enterprising business plans to mine cubic zirconia next. Don't know what that is, but anyway... do you know your children are eating? A slaughterhouse under suspicion. Let me buy some more of my stock, because otherwise we are not long for this game. In fact, I'm going to buy out a bit more there. Looks like we are making decent cash from a couple of these things. You can see we've got this going back and forward now. What I'm going to do is double track from here all the way down to San Diego. I want to double track just so we can start bringing food and mail back, you see. It's going to take a little bit of time to get this double track built, but we should be alright. In fact, I'll build it. I really want to build it to just off there. That should be fine. And then what we'll do is go from there to the centre there. And we'll also just double track that like so. And then we can have a train going from there with food, clothes going to there, and then coming back with wine, because hang on. Coming back with the wine, because it's getting produced there by our winery as well, which currently you can see profit is in the tank. They're not actually bringing anything there anymore. Where's the wine going? Is the wine going over to Yuma? The smelter and the winery down there, yeah. Oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying. But okay, accepted. We try to outplay them, and yeah, we ended up playing ourselves. Okay, so we could go up to Bishop and get that oil well, and that would be good. This place is getting quite large now, and obviously we have wine there as well. That's bringing stuff back and forward. We probably want to do another track and double track probably up to there, and then double track up to here, like so, and we will connect that up, and what we'll do is have another one going from there with wine this time back to there, clearing that, and then bringing we're going to say food back again. It's going to shout at us to say we're going to lose money. We understand this, but this will grow very, very, very quickly. Okay, so we probably want to start to upgrade these as well, but in this instance I think it would be prudent to start heading up top here and getting near Bishop. And then heading up to these oil wells, but that's going to cost a hell of a lot of money, and also I was going to say the oil wells are being tapped, but we don't care because we've only got one. But anyway, that's going to cost far too much money. Actually, we are getting decent money there. That's up to 141,000. A good delivery should sort us right out. Actually, no, good delivery won't, because we're used to the deliveries of, say, 4 to 8 cars rather than just one. There's a 460 10-wheeler. That's okay. We're not going to be upgrading our fleet, though, because you understand that if we go to, say, this one here, and we say upgrade, this is the one we're currently going, so its maximum speed, you can see with one car, is about 50, actually, whereas if you look at these, that's up to 60, fair enough, so it is faster, but look at the difference in that there. It's only really after the sort of 2-car mark that it gets better. So this one, we're running 1 car, we might as well just keep running with that. There's no point in upgrading. I mean, we'll get the 10-wheeler eventually, and by default, when we build new stuff, we'll get it as well. So that's fine, but for the time being, we'll be okay. There's a big piece of track, and also probably the biggest tunnel that the game's ever seen so far. In this map, you understand, not in general. But we're going to go back and forward like so, and then we'll have that going. We're now 60 in the tank. We're going to probably sell some shares just so I can buy that refinery out. We've just set a new speed record, which is near Bishop Oil and Gas, so it's going through that tunnel actually. So we've done a speed record through a tunnel. That's how rock and roll we are. As rock and roll you can get while playing a game about trains, you understand. So there's a couple more people trying to buy out our refinery, but looks like we have been successful there. You see now this is now leveled up, so we're now getting passengers and mail, and also requires food as well. We are going to go ahead and upgrade that to a station and then to a terminal because, well, we should, and we're also going to probably start to buy some of our own stock again. Barstow requires, because of its power plant, some oil, but I don't really want to siphon it off from there, although it wouldn't be unreasonable to do so, although it means a massive, really huge tunnel as well, which I don't really want to go around and do. So I'm just checking up on the top left here. I don't think there's any other industry. It's fairly barren as far as I can tell. No, there's nothing else there. There's nothing else going for it. So Blythe is again soliciting railway and wants some oil. Do I want to head over there? I'm not entirely sure. Bullhead City is probably a decent place to get into. However, I think I'm just going to buy out their stockyard. The revenue is okay, and I think at the moment a lot of my money will probably be coming from the industries that I buy, and if nothing else, I'm taking it. Actually, we're not taking it away from them because they're not gaining it in the first place. Oh, JP Point Morgan is not happy, even though it's actually Cornelius Vanderbilt or Vanderby who is actually has his stuff there. Anyway, we've bought that out. We'll just double check in Yuma. That winery is making a really good cash, so I'm going to try and buy that out as well. I do have a total of 4 stocks to sell if need be. I'm willing to pay $500,000 for that because I think that's going to be a really decent location, and it means that I control both wineries down here, so wherever it goes, I'm getting the money for that. I don't think they'll go over 350. I very much doubt they'll do that at this particular stage. Ding dong, there we go. There's 25% delivery bonus for perishables. Again, I'll put a cheeky bid on it. I'm not too bothered about that, really, if I'm honest with you. Let me just check. Yeah, they've put 100,000. I'm not going to bother. Let's just check our goods here. We can see that for gold, it's 49 grand, whereas, where is it? Wine is 17 grand. So actually the car bringing wine from here back over is not really of any great importance to me. So I'm going to modify its route. Instead of bringing wine, we're going to bring gold. And the reason for that is it's just worth more money for us. It's just worth more money. And yes, we do have two of the same train doing the same job practically. One's taking gold back and passengers over here. Actually, that's a thing as well. Do I alter that? Passengers are 5 grand at the moment because obviously these do fluctuate, and food is 20 grand. So it's counterfeit grapes take a bite out of prices. That's not good. So it's actually better for me to change this. So modify its concert, so we'll say that. We're not going to bring passenger back, we will bring food. It's just better, it just makes us more money. We have got just over 500,000 there. Railroad Mastermind creates Industrial Empire. I've just gained a victory condition. Ship 5 carloads of gold to get yourself started. Okay, that's excellent. So where do you want to go from here? As always, you can't just rest on your laurels. It will not work out. You will, well, you won't have a good time. Anything else in Las Vegas is making money? Looks like Stockyard is making mega bucks, so we're going to buy that out. Once again, we're actually relying on other people's railroads to do the job, and we're just sort of chipping in there, taking a bite out of it. We're actually playing more of a industry empire rather than a railway type thing here. They've also got a power plant, which I don't particularly want, but also I can see they are bringing lots of oil back and forward as well. That's Cornelius, once again a bit annoyed at me buying this out, but to be fair, they are the owners of that one, so I can sort of understand that. Not willing to pay more than about 250. But looks like that's been successful. So, Lightning Las Vegas, which is purchasing the power plant in Las Vegas, so I've got that. So from here, you can see we've got the gold digging company and the mining company. Those are completely untapped, and we do have Flagstaff over there, which is making gold. But the problem is I'm nowhere near it. What I'll do then is I'm going to probably spur off from here. Actually, what I want to do first is I want to upgrade that station then to a terminal. And I want to see if it is worth going over to there. I think it might be, because we can take wine. So we're going to go from here. It's going to be a bit of a steep one, but we're going to go round and then across. That's 300,000 for that, and then we'll do a bit of a curvy one round. And we'll say, oh, we're not actually taking wine. We'll say passengers there, and then whatever the most expensive is back. Technically gold, but there's not much there, so I'll bring back wine and make sure that we do that as well. Okay, so by the way, if at any point in this I accidentally keep one of the extra cars on there just by accident, then understand it is just that. It's an accident. I'm not meaning to do it. There's a 280, and it's teal coloured. It's a turquoise train. Oh, nearly called it a train. I'd be crucified. Okay. So the engine is decent. Anyway, so we can see we've got, from here, we've got a decent supply of manufactured goods. So we want to double track from there, and we will connect this up like so. And then we want to go from there, and we can, in theory, just double track to there. We'll have a double track to there, and then double track to there. Not that we probably need it, but we will go from there, taking that in manufactured good, going down there, and then bringing back wine. It currently doesn't need it, but it might. It might eventually start using that. We're going to upgrade that station up to a terminal. Actually, I can't because I don't have the money. I'm just realizing that in terms of stock, we own half our stock. However, Jim Fisk almost has been bought out by JP Point Morgan, so that's upsetting. In terms of price, looks like I'm second. Yes, second. Let's get that to a terminal there. But I want to buy out as much as my industry as I can, really. I have both. My stock, rather. Checking industries around here. Food plants not producing anything, but look at that. The stockyard there. Nice revenue. Smelter is making money over here as well, so we are going to try and buy that out. We also want to move over there. End of the line for Jim Fisk. Will anything slow down JP Point Morgan? No, you have no idea, but we're going to find out, aren't we? So they're now the easily top dog with a total stock, a total valuation of 12 million plus a bit of change there. They are not happy about me buying this smelter, and that's acceptable. I'm going to buy this refinery. There's half maintenance costs in all trains. That is something I want. That is one of the best, if not the best, technologies in the game. That and the cheap tracks are pretty good. They're just universally accepted to be really good. There's obviously other technologies and patents to like make half-price bridges and stuff, but this is just one of the best, especially with the amount of trains that we have. I'm going to buy out this refinery here in Phoenix, which I'm probably going to pay $500,000 for it, I think, by the time other people chip in, especially considering they've just lost all of those... auctions, so they should have a lot of money, but it looks like they have not. Okay, that's fine. So where do we want to go from here? Well, I think we want to probably spur off from this point, and we're probably not going to use this line, you understand, but we're just taking it through here and then into Bullhead City, and then we'll place that there, and then, I mean, we could, if we wanted to, go back and forward. So we'll say take food and go there and bring back wine, because we really can't afford to bring back gold, with it being I guess with it being just how it is. I should really expand on that. With it being it fully used anyway, so we'd end up just be waiting there. Looks like they are starting to buy out some of my stock, so I need no donation asked local multi-millionaire apparently. That'll be achieve 10 grand, will it? Yes, achieve 10 grand. So in terms of victory conditions, I'm going quite. I'm doing quite good there. So that one's got passengers going back and forward. Sorry, it's got goods going back and forward. Jim, Fisk, and Cornelius have bought out one stock each of my stock there. I'm not going to buy anything else, well, theirs I mean, until I've bought some of my own back. So there we go. I now own 70% of my company, which is always good. It looks like Blythe, they're building this all the way down here. And why is that? And where is this? They are trying to buy out the refinery. Oh no, the power plant. Well, I'm going to bid on that then, just because it's generally accepted to be what we're doing, especially considering they might now be wanting to transport this oil, and well, I'm going to keep bidding on it. I'll pay $500,000 for it, which I think is over the odds, but having it is means they're not having it, and that's all we're really banking on. If we have it, they don't. We're only putting little cheeky bids on it of 10 grand a piece, but there you go. That's now done. I'm very surprised this food plant is not doing anything. Oh, well, of course it can't, because there's nothing over there. Still looking over on the... this side here. What are they taking? Is it the smelter? No, they're just transporting stuff over that way. Okay. So it looks like J.P. Morgan has bought out the rest of my stock, so I can't buy that out. What I'm going to do then is something that may be quite ludicrous, and I'm going to get across here through this oil well, like so, and then through here, and then up and over to Flagstaff, which is insane, but it means that when we do this, like so, we can now have 2 trains going back and forward. Alright. There we are. I want to buy out this smelter. I want to start the auction, but sadly I cannot because I don't have the cash. I was going to sell some of my stock, but that's getting dangerous. That would be a bit of a dangerous and quite silly thing to do, so we're not going to do that. That there has got a little bit of a hump and bump in it. Have you noticed that comes right down and then back up? That's not really conducive to having very fast engines, and ones that tend to stay on the rails too. But anyway, we managed to clip through solid brickwork, so that's the least of our problems. We do have phasing technology. Right, so I guess Doc Brown was working on that one at the time. Let's start to buy out this smelter, and we'll see if the AI has some sort of vengeance subroutine going on because we've so far been buying out everything that they wanted and buying out everything that they're using. There's that smelter. Look, it's making good money there. Profit is still negative, but look at the profit on the winery. That profit is 300,000 for that winery, which isn't a great deal when you consider Sims' power plant. Look at that, it's negatives, but well, must be doing all right so far. Oh yeah, they're really not happy about me doing that. Fair enough. I mean, fair point. Fair point. Their goods are being transported. Could we go up and around to Las Vegas? We probably could. Actually, you know what we should do? Is that slow? It's actually slow, yeah. I'll put it on slow mode. From here, it's going to spend a lot of money. And we're tracking through the mountain once again. Up to here. And we're going to double track. And we'll connect that up. And from there, one manufactured good, go there and bring back one passenger. We know we can bank on a passenger coming back over. And there we are. Once again, though, get that upgraded. Upgrading increases the load and unload speed, which is very important. Also, it gives extra revenue for mail. So that's fine. So should we just see where we are in terms of goods. So we are surprisingly industry leaders in passengers on 52%, gold on 57%, and cornmeal on 100%. We are second for food, wine, manufactured goods, grapes, and oil. So it's only livestock and food that we don't have. Sorry, it's mail and livestock that we have no real stake in. Livestock stake because they're like the cattle. Yeah, anyway, so we can probably upgrade that if we really want to. We can start buying out other people if we want to. I'm going to speed it up because we can. And if I want the food plant, will it do anything? I don't think it will. From Flagstaff, we now have gold, and gold is required in many a city, including Phoenix. So we will build some sort of monumental structure, which is a moderate downhill, which is going to cost us 300,000 to go to there. But we care not. We have the money, and this is what the game is about. And then we will build that, and I'd love to double track that. I really, really would. However, that's not going to happen. And we're bringing manufactured goods, and apparently they do take manufactured goods, Flagstaff, because it's increased massively. So this is fine. In terms of cash, in terms of company value, we're currently valued at 15.5 million thereabouts. The next highest is that's where we are. So we're in the middle. Top is P. Morgan on 19 million, followed by Cornelius at bottom end of just 12.5. So we're middle grounding it, which is probably, well, it's certainly a lot better than I expected. There's a new speed record near the Phoenix Depot. Basically, it's going through this massive tunnel. It's not really a railroad. It's more of an event. Increase freight pulling power on all trains. Now, this is a really good piece of technology as well, but actually, I'm really not that bothered. The reason for it is that we've probably got maximum speed on all of our trains anyway. The difference is that someone else having it, again, will be really good for them. So it's not about me wanting it, it's about me not wanting them to have it, which is, you may think, selfish, and I guess it is in general. But in this sort of dog-eat-dog setting, we're going to have to do what we have to do. So let's just take a little drive around these 1,000 needles, and we're going to go into Eloy here, and there's a 462 Pacific, which is starting to look really good. Look at all the rivets in the side there, the firebox, nice. So we're going to have a train there, going from probably manufactured goods, and I didn't place a station, so we'll do that before anything else. Then we'll go to there, clear that, and we'll bring back passengers, I guess, if nothing else. In Eloy, it does have a food plant, and nobody's really exploiting that, so we could do that. It's a steep uphill, though, if we wanted to do it. Not that that's a big problem for us. We can do that, and then obviously we'll double track it just because we can, and We'll join that up like so. And before anything else, I'll just buy out that food plant. They're probably not going to even be bothered about it, quite frankly. But we'll see. Oh, they're putting a cheeky bid on it. Fair enough. I just realised I've got 1 million in the bank. Okay, so my original statement of they're probably not going to be bothered about this is certainly incorrect in every way. What I want to do is... Ooh, unemployment figures drop significantly. This is good. That winery, for whatever reason, has not been exploited, and I don't know why that hasn't been. That is actually fairly ludicrous that that hasn't been exploited. We'll double track it because we can, although I don't think it's strictly necessary, and that's the wrong order. General order is work back over and then forward, just because it connects up a bit better. Here we are. That one hasn't been upgraded. Station, then a terminal. That's fine. Over here, same thing again. Let's get all these upgraded. Station, terminal. It's going to cost me a fair bit of money, but it's worth it in the long run. I'm sure there's other ones that we've forgotten about. Station, terminal. And where would the other one be? Las Vegas. That's... Oh, we don't actually have anything in Las Vegas. We should really get into Las Vegas, actually. It looks like all of the stock has now been bought out. So, I own 70% of my company. J.P. Point Morgan owns 20%, followed by Cornelius Vanderbilt on 10%. J.P. Point Morgan owns all of Jim Fisk, as well as 60% of his original holdings, and 40% is owned by Cornelius, and then Cornelius, vice versa, owns 60% of his company, and then J.P. Point Morgan owns 40% of his company. So where have we not exploited, and where is the things to move from? Well, from here, we've got 9 gold. We need to get that gold and move in. So what is the best course of action? Quite frankly, I would love to just double track right through here. And is it possible? It is possible. So we're going to do it. That has to be expensive, and it's even glitched the tunnel out. So now you can't even see through the tunnel. That's a shame. Didn't want that, but it's what we have. So let's work with it. So once again, I'm just going to try and make sure we can get from one side to the other if need be. We're going to go from there, 1 gold car, down to there, and then back again. And what I'll do as well is I'll upgrade all of these, because you can see the speed goes up to, looks like 80. There is 25% cheaper to build rails. I'll put 50 grand on it, go on. So I'm upgrading all these engines, which is going to clear me out in terms of cash. Go on. I mean, it coming up now, the Birkinshaw Malleable Rails patent. It's sort of really late game now. That would have been brilliant early on. Looks like I've bought that out. Looks like I've got it, yeah. Looks like we set a new speed record, I think. Yep. New speed record near Las Vegas terminal, or Los Angeles terminal, sorry. 57 miles an hour. And I've lost where I was when the upgrade. Right. So, we're going from the consolidation to the Pacific, which should increase the speed. Oh, there's another engine. Darn it! So what's it? What is it now? Oh, it's a hell of a lot slower, but it's more consistent. See that? So it's 60 miles an hour, or maybe 55 miles an hour there. It's pretty much, it does that up until 6 cars. After that, it drops a little bit. So a lot of torque. This one is just really quick with 1 car. So that's our preferred option. So it means that actually we've got a lot of trains at very, very, very high speeds, which is why consistently throughout this game we have achieved the fastest trains, I believe. It's not really that surprising, is it? So where's this oil getting taken to? It's taking over here. There's also a stockyard, which there is one to be exploited at the bottom there, but not greatly. Okay. We are stagnating, sadly, on our stocks. We need to keep expanding, and I think we can go from here up and over to Las Vegas. There's our track there, but we've also got a track there as well. So we could go up and over, get in there, just get our sneakers on and sneak in. There's most beautiful rail passage in the world. So is that us? Ah, is that? That'll be achieve. One to there. We'll just bring food back and forward, actually. There we go. Ah, sorry, need to alter that. That is the wrong engine. So we say upgrade and actually downgrade to that one because it's faster. Right, there we are. So there's that. Let me just check that achievement. Oh, sorry, victory conditions. Collect LA and Las Vegas. Yeah. So we didn't. What's this? We didn't build from Flagstaff to Phoenix and Las Vegas, which is a shame. But we have got Desert Blossoms, and then also overcoming depression, which is eliminating everybody. Okay, that's a bit of a hard-hitting way to do it. 26 grand and a half. Well, 26 million, sorry, as opposed to 23 and 30. So again, smack bang right in the middle. But the main thing is we're still keeping pace. We are still keeping pace. What I want to do is I want to build from here. I want to probably double track it once again, actually, to there. Has this been fully upgraded? I thought it had, yes. And we want to go up through the mountains, like so. And that's moderate downhill. We'll just increase it to no grid. And then we're just going to place that there. Just so we can get some grapes back and forward. Hang on. Why did that not work? Grapes. Close. Cancel. Hang on. Try that again. There. Grapes. Yeah. There. Close. That's fine. I'll have that engine. Select. Go. Okay. More grapes. More wine. More better. Right. Anything else we can go for here? We are in there. But it's a bit... Yeah. It's a bit cramped. Ideally, we want to bring oil down to Blythe. But I don't know if it's something we want to do. Look at that. All of those engines. Just one carriage on the back. Increase speed in tight turns. We're all about speed. Yeah, every single one of those, just one. I like that. It's like someone doesn't understand what what a train does or is. Oh, good grief. See, that's not us. No, they've got. You can easily tell which one's ours because it's the same engine, and they've all got just one, just one on the back. We're going to spend 7.5 million here on. Oh, grape prices jump. Excellent. We're going to spend about 7.5 million here to buy the rest of our stock out, I think. And come on, a little bit more, and there we go. So we now own all of our stock. All of it. So for them to buy me out, it's going to be, well, whatever that is there, 28 million. However, what's that done to theirs? Well, they have 37 million and 27. Oh, it's just me versus J. Point Morgan now. He's on 40 million, I'm on just under 30. Okay. They have the upper hand. Without any shadow of a doubt. Let's build a nice trestle, wooden trestle right across there. Let's get this Las Vegas cornfield secured. Gonna buy that food plant out. And naturally, they're going to try and buy everything that I try and get now. I mean, it's never made any money, this thing. It's been sitting there all game. Nothing's happened. And they want to buy it. This is not good. Looking at the current situation when it comes to gaining money in... Well, he's made 4 grand while I've made... Sorry, 4 million. I've made 2. Not good. They'll just have a lot more going back and forward, you see. They'll just have a lot more... Just more train. Actually, I probably have more trains than them. Oh no, he owns 2 companies. We probably have similar amounts of trains, but they have the advantage of they actually have built it a little bit longer than 1 car long. What's this carrying back and forward? Gold. It is carrying back and forward gold. We'll double check here. Look at the price of gold hitting the deck there. Passengers, gold, and cornmeal we're still top dog for. Okay. Any other industries that we can get? That's okay for there. See, we can't really even... Can we double track to that? Yes, we can double track to that. And just do that. This is where things get really, really sketchy. Oh, darn it. I'm going to have to change that. So we just got going back and forward, like that. Okay. We'll do the same with gold then, to be honest. We could do the same over here as well. It's like double track from there down to there. And then you connect it up like so. Oh, there was another locomotive. Hang on. There. 1. And then there. 1. What sort of speed's that? Not as fast as that. Still rocking the Pacific. All the way down to there. Let's try that again. There. To there. No. That's annoying. I don't know why it's doing that. There. Close. To there. Yeah, that's fine. Select that one. 34 million, he's on 48. He's climbing higher and climbing faster. It's not ideal. In fact, some would say it's the opposite of ideal. It's inordeal. Hang on, that's not right. That one. To there. I'm just doubling up now. I probably should have done this a long time ago. Should have done a lot of things a long time ago. There is a patent for digging tunnels. I'll put a cheeky bid on it. I don't want it at all. In all honesty. Don't even care to look back and see if who's won it. Nah, 100,000. You can have it. You can have it, mate. It's yours. Take it or leave it. I can take it or leave it. Right, how are we doing for gold over here? Oh, that's still not... That's not been... Oh no, it has. I was going to say that. That hasn't been exploited, but it has. That was over there originally. It's moved. Right, so from here... Good grief. Imagine living up there. Commute's a bit of an annoyance, isn't it? Do you have a funicular railway that goes 45 degrees up the side of the cliff? Oh, you don't? Oh, well, that's... Yeah, there's a reason why property prices are so high. So low, actually, up there. Let's go to there. We want to double track this thing. And connect it up to there. And we want to have, once again, gold going back and forward. Don't think we really double track that one. It's not that feasible. 37 million, he's on 52. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. The chances are they just have a lot more capital and can just buy me out. But I don't know. I'm only surmising. Let's see where we are for goods. Still okay there, but it's not really updating with these gone, you see. Victory conditions, if we were doing that, would be alright. If we look at price... Net worth. How much cash? 9 million. Oh, hang on. Hang on, then. We've got the same amount of track. Pretty much. You've got 2,427 million a track. I've got 2,805. In terms of cash, though, net worth is 54. I'm on 40. Annual profits for myself, 1,000... Sorry, our profits are going alright there. We were keeping up with him for annual profits. I think we can still win this, you know. We just have to build more. Build more building, more better. is the general rule of thumb. Is that cattle company being exploited? It is not. Let me sort that right out then. So, from here. No, it's actually that one. Oh, good grief. I'm going to get them into there. Well, we'll double track along to there. We'll join that up to there. Then from here, we need to go up and around. Steep uphill, but it's going to have to be done. Anything that we're not exploiting gets exploited. We own the stockyard anyway. That's fine. Let's look at that again. Annual profits, 200,000. We're ahead of him. He's got more cash though. Question is, do I keep building? Also, that needs to be changed. See how big the engines get. Yeah, select that. That's better for us. There's an F-Series passenger. Yeah. There's other options. Blythe. Okay. Build up to Blythe. Build along. And build up to that oil well. Like that. Oh, I haven't put a station in Blythe. Now I have. Oh. Speed is the same. Better pulling power with more cars. That doesn't matter to us. We might as well spend a lot less money. 120,000. Oh, it's only 10,000 in it, but that's a better looking one. Select. Okay. Was that correct? I think it was. Well, it's going. It's heading there. So we're going to buy out this refinery. We might as well. And there's a speed record, 64 miles an hour. Sadly, we don't get anything for that speed record, unless it's in the victory conditions, you understand, which at the moment it is not. He's not wanting to buy us out on there. How are we doing? So, this year, total, 2.5 million. 2.5 million. Oh, look at that, though. I think total profit was a lot less because of expenses. That's about right. It's getting there. It's getting there. Slaughterhouse is under suspicion once again. So, that's a thing. It's a shame there's just nothing up and around here. Because it'd be interesting using, like, building the track all the way in and around there. Gold once again. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to double track. That is upgraded. I'm going to go straight across like so. Moderate uphill. Another engine. Check that in a second. From there, gold, come back. So that is a... Oh, it's a golden state of 484. That's really nice. We haven't got to this point normally. It is, however, expensive, and it's only 30 grand more. But we're going to select that one anyway, just because that's what we're going for. Hang on. Oh yes, yeah. Sorry. It's not actually asking for ore here. It isn't. It definitely isn't. However, I'm going to buy it out. I'm just going to build it. You can, for 500,000, just buy an industry, and that's exactly what we've done. Only if there's a spare bits there, you understand. So we're on 48, they're on 62. Oh yeah, look at the expenses there. How much cash do they have? Hang on, what's getting in? Oh, I was going to say, have I been bought out here? No, Blythe doles out 100,000. There's half the cost to build bridges. I'll get it so he doesn't get it. Actually, no, you know what? You can have it. Yeah, I'll cheeky bid, and that'll be it. Cash. 16 grand, and they're 18 grand. Net worth 63. I'm on 50. Annual profits, they are higher, but remember, I've just spent 500,000 as well. I don't know what the best solution is here. I really don't know what the best solution is. If I keep... It's a sort of false economy, me getting more and more and more and more tracks and more engine. I just don't think I'm going to be able to compete with him. Just because of the amount of, obviously, trains that he's got. Look at that. So, well, I've got more trains, I would say, but certainly not the most efficient. I don't know whether it's best to wait for cash. I really don't know whether it's best for wait for cash. I mean, we're not that far behind them. We have got the patents for running costs. That's only for 10 years, and we must have passed that by now. We must have passed it by now. Public domain, public domain. These are all public domain now. Yeah, he's got the trestles for the bridges. They're all public domain. So you get them for 10 years, and then after that, public domain, everybody uses them, so they're on half price cost for the trains and stuff. I mean, we're halfway there from buying them out, and we're slowly creeping up. It could just be a matter of waiting. It really could. I mean, what else could we do? We've got gold there, but it doesn't really need to be transported. Same there. I mean, we could have another track going back and forward bringing wine. Oh no, the wine's being used, fully transported. Gold from here, again, would be more gold transportation would be decent. Sadly, you can't track it beyond the current ones that we've got. So, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Especially when you consider just how congested this place is in the first place. 1 gold. Food. And that's just gonna get it. That's gonna make it even worse because the amount of engines that are waiting. Yeah. Buffering. I think that's the TLDR on that one. Just keep an eye on this. You can see when they've dropped out. I mean, we're keeping pace, but we're not increasing. See, are they just waiting to buy me out? Could be. Could be. See, my track is longer. It's... I said million before, it's miles. We've got a lot more track. There's traction on inclines. This could be something to buy out. That do you know what children eating again? That's constant. That's happened a lot. We'll buy that out. We'll try and get it. Again, them not having it is more important than me having it. So we got that. We're going to have another train going from there with 1 passenger car going there. We'll bring back passengers even though nothing actually needs it yet, but it might grow into a bigger town. It's just got decent supply. Nah, there we go. Shame. We tried. We tried. Upon your retirement, you embark on a new career as President of the United States. So, actually, sorry. Wait. We didn't get bought out. The game ended. Net worth score 88, objective score 12, prestige 33, total score 133, top of the charts. Yeah, we won. We won. We didn't get the first and last victory condition, but we got the middle one, and we got the other, some of the other ticky ones, but nobody else did. So we managed to hold off JP Point Morgan to a point where he could not buy us out. He couldn't buy us out, but they also couldn't get more money than us. We were keeping pace despite our admittedly self-inflicted handicap. But there you are. We won. Not the way that perhaps we expected to win. Not that I expected to win, you understand. Certainly not. I thought this was going to be the challenge that would basically knock it on the head. We'd fail this one. But, despite all the odds, we managed to win. I think the tactic of buying out the industries paid off. If you look at a lot of these industries, like the stockyard there, look at the profit we've made on that. 2.6 million profit. That's 2.5 million. That's 800,000. That is 2 million profit. That's 330 and 210. This one will be huge. That's half. Oh no, it's only 500,000 and 600,000. But still, all the profits on that has helped us out massively. Keeping boxing clever and keeping the same locomotive. I mean, that one there, look, that's good speed. But, there. Wow, look at that. That's actually 100. Is that 120? Maximum speed, 120 miles an hour, the GP series. 1950. I didn't realise they were brought out in 1950. Oh, cool. That's what I think of as, like, modern American-looking trains. That sort of thing. It looks like there's some more, maybe, to come. Anyway, I don't know how far this one goes in terms of its engines. See, so as I called it a train, it's an odd train. Right, so anyway, I digress. Yes, we kept on using this one, which is decent in terms of maintenance cost. It's actually a lot less. It's only a little bit less, actually. But its speed is excellent with just 1 or 2 cars, and we only had the one, so there's no point in paying for a more expensive engine when we could just keep that one. Either way, that has been a bit more of railroads. Hope you have enjoyed the challenge. I thought it was one of the more interesting ones that we've done. Certainly one of the most difficult, and I genuinely didn't expect to win that. And up until that popped up, well, when it popped up, I thought we'd lost, actually. But up until it popped up, I thought we might be able to hold them off, but I don't think we can win it. But I didn't take that into account, so yeah, happy. If you have any ideas and suggestions for challenges that by all means, drop them in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.